ॐ जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ. O gods, may we always hear with our ears what is auspicious. O worshipful ones, may we with our eyes always see what is auspicious. May we live our allotted life hale and hearty, offering our worship unto thee. May Indra of ancient fame bestow auspiciousness on all of us. May the all-nourishing portion be propitious to all of us. May Garuda, the destroyer of all evil, be well disposed towards all of us. May Brihaspati ensure all our welfare. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. A great soul, spiritual sadhaka called Ashwalayana, approached Bhagavan Brahma Parameshti. Please help me, teach me so that I can realize my own true nature. And he has been giving instructions. We have been studying the 7th mantra, where for those people who are not capable of contemplating the abstract thoughts about the highest reality, it is unthinkable, unimaginable, unexpressible, and it is beyond all limitations. It is one without a second. It is unborn, and it is infinite, etc. Not only that, the highest reality not only is not born, it is not even giving birth to anything. So it doesn't have a cause, and it doesn't also become a cause of something else. Meditate upon that. 13 such epithets. They are not complete, only just a few. But most of us, we are not capable of contemplating God. That is why even in the meditation on Sri Ram Krishna, Hridaya Kamala Madhye Rajitam Nirvikalpam Sat Asat Akila Bheda Atitam Ekaswarupam Prakruti Vikruti Shunyam Nityam Anandamurthim Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha. So these are all completely abstract ideas. Nirguna, Nirakara characteristics. But at the same time, our teachers or wise people, they realize this is not helpful for lower cadre people. So they immediately said that the same Bhagavan, he takes compassion. Who takes compassion? Saguna Brahma takes compassion. And then he comes down. Jiva Dukkha Asahishnu, unable to bear his children's sufferings. Then he takes in the form of a avatara. Let us meditate on that avatara. So Jiva Dukkha Asahishnu, Vimala Paramahamsam. So we have got a beautiful form, Samadhistaha, completely oblivious of the external world, with a beautiful smile, slight smile. Most people don't notice it. If you see Sri Ramakrishna's, the edge of Sri Ramakrishna's left-sided lips, a very faint smiling. And in the gospel, of course, we get beautiful descriptions that no camera had ever was capable of capturing that beautiful, sweetest smile. When Sri Ramakrishna used to smile, the only comparison we can give is when a baby is looking at its mother and smiling happily. This beauty hardly any camera can ever capture. So, for the sake of all of us, out of compassion, this what is called Adi Guru Parameshti, he is giving us Uma Sahayam, Parameshwaram, Prabhum, Trilochanam, Neelakantham, Prashantam, Dhyatva Muni Gacchati, Bhutayonim, Samasta Sakshim, Tamasaha Parastha. By meditating upon Lord Parameshwara, Shiva, by whose side Uma is there to help him, Shakti, the highest Lord, the all-powerful Lord, the Trilochana, three-eyed Lord, the blue-necked, that is Neelakantha, and Prashantam, ever tranquil, because he knows everything is a drama. A true man of reflection, that is a sadhaka, by meditating upon this Saguna Brahma, Shiva here, not to we conceive of Shiva and quarrel who is great, Vishnu or Shiva. No, Saguna Brahma is only one. That fact is going to come very soon to us. In the very next mantras itself, we are going to get. He is Brahma, he is Vishnu, he is Shiva, he is everybody. He is Indra, he is Agni, etc. These narrow-minded devotees, unable, incapable of understanding that there is only one Nirguna Brahma manifesting as Saguna Brahma. He is only manifesting through various names and forms. In fact, these names and forms are creations of human beings. If I think of Bhagavan as Krishna, in course of time, that vibrations of my thoughts assume the form of Krishna. And whoever is having the same receptive capacity, for him also the Lord will manifest in the heart of hearts like Krishna. The beauty of this imagination is all of them are described exactly with the same epithets. For example, if you take the Sahasranama of Vishnu or Shiva or Lalita Devi or Lakshmi Devi, in fact, every Nama can be also interpreted to suit Shiva Sahasranama, to describe Shiva, describe Vishnu, describe Ganesha, etc., etc. Simple examples I'm giving you. Shukla Ambara Dharam Vishnu. So Shukla Ambara Dhara Vishnu has got pure white cloths. What is this white cloths? What can cover the infinite Lord? What is the symbolism? Yesterday I mentioned the whole of the Puranic descriptions are nothing but pure symbolisms, out of which we just explored a little bit of Samudra Mantana, which I propose to carry on right now after this introduction. So, what is that Shukla means? Pure, uncontaminated, without any ignorance. That is the meaning of Shuklambaradharam. Vishnu, the very epithet Vishnu means Vyapakatvat. Sarvatra, he is there, everywhere. Sahasra Sirsha, Purushaha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapada, etc. And where is not Shiva, he is everywhere. Where is not Lakshmi? What is Lakshmi? Or rather, what is Shiva? Shiva means auspiciousness. What is auspiciousness? Auspiciousness, whenever we are happy, we call whatever event, whatever person, whatever object, very auspicious. That which brings us, makes us happy, healthy, that is auspiciousness. That is the event or object which makes us a happy person. That is called Shiva. And Lakshmi, usually thought she is the goddess of wealth. But as I said, told to you that Navalakshmi, 9 forms. It can be marvelous, powerful job, beauty, all spreading name and fame, or absolute knowledge, all these things. Very interesting fact in our Puranas. In the past, people used to say that Saraswati and Lakshmi are opposite to each other. Where there is Saraswati, there is no Lakshmi. Where there is Lakshmi, there is no Saraswati. You know, in this 21st century, the person who is the mastery of the AI, he becomes the richest person in seconds. Because already some people have invented what is called stockbroker AI. And it takes billions of readings and it predicts people are getting richer by this. What do I mean? Where there is more knowledge, there is more money, more power. That is why all these, what you call social media, even governments are frightened of them. They can influence the elections, they can elect whom they want, who will be favoring them, etc. But as usual, you know what happens? A wild warfare will break out among them. First, they all like a gang of thieves. But when there is no other person, then they start fighting with each other. And ultimately, there's too much of knowledge. So that person will get destroyed. And that is the fear of most people. Anyway, this is by the way, knowledge is money, knowledge is power, knowledge is wealth. There is no such thing called opposition. But what happened in the past, people of tremendous knowledge, Panditas, they did not, most of them did not care. They led a simple life, totally dedicated for learning, acquiring wisdom, etc. Even the people, whether be they poets, be they debaters, etc., very few people are only looking for worldly benefits. Anyway, coming back to our condition, this is the way, these are the beautiful hints without the grace of the Divine Mother. And this was adequately, more than adequately proved by Sri Ramakrishna. He did not know Brahman, he did not know Brahma, he did not know Vishnu. He came from the worshippers of Rama, but he totally surrendered himself to the Divine Mother. He felt, I am a child. And who is the nearest to the child? Only the child's mother. Like a small baby. This is the attitude of the young one of a kitten. Marjara Kishora Nyaya. Not Markata Kishora Nyaya. Kishora means young one. That was the attitude of Sri Ramakrishna. And Divine Mother did everything. And he surrendered completely to the Divine Mother. And he says, without Divine Mother, Shiva cannot function. So he becomes only Shiva. But when there is Kali, then Kala, Mahakala becomes Kala. Then he becomes active. He becomes Shiva. So Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram and Prabhum, that is pure consciousness is the ruler, our true nature everywhere. Trilochanam, that is the eye of wisdom or pure knowledge or self-knowledge. Neelakantham, by drinking poison. What is the poison? All the ignorance that anybody who surrenders to Shiva, oh Lord, please come. This ignorance is made me a slave and then not allowing me to come to you. Immediately he will come. That's why he is also called Trishuli. Shula means a spear, and three-pronged spear. What for? At the same time, in one stroke, he will he will destroy the bondage of the Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. So, he is called Trilochana, and he is doing Srishti Sthiti and Samhara. When he is doing Srishti, the same person is known as Brahma, then he is doing what is called upholding the law. Then he goes by the name Vishnu, and when he has to provide us with a new instrument body, then he is called Shiva. What I call a bit light-heartedly, what is the called recycler, Prashantam, and he is absolutely unrippled ocean-like because he knows the whole thing is a show. Now, this is the meditation, a few of these qualities. And yesterday, how he got this blue neck or blue throat by drinking poison. What was the poison? The discouragement, depression that we often undergo because we are not able to progress, we fail not only in spiritual endeavors, but even in worldly endeavors. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, a newborn calf, how many times it tries to get up to drink the milk of the mother, but every time it gets up a little, it falls. But within a few minutes, it is not only able to stand up, not only able to go to the udder of the mother and drink joyfully, and it is cutting capers, running. So never get discouraged. Now, this Nilakanta, the Bhagavan, he removes all the obstacles, and that is what the Divine Mother did to Totapuri without his knowledge. And so he thought, all with my own effort, self-effort, I achieved Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Later on, he did not have even the power to commit suicide. There was no water at all. Then Divine Mother revealed, your body is mine, your mind is mine. All the good spiritual qualities I have granted to you. The desire for spiritual life and the obtainment of a wise teacher, efficient teacher, proper Sadguru, and Upadesha from him. And then your spiritual effort and your overcoming all the obstacles, your progress in spiritual life, finally your attainment of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Everything happened because of my grace. And then Totapuri understood. When a person doesn't have even the capacity to commit suicide, such a person understands everything depends upon God. The person who was capable of experiencing the highest Nirvikalpa Samadhi could not meditate even for a few seconds. You just see the miserable condition, illustrating that beautiful spiritual bhajan, Kare Dauma Brahma Pado, Kare Koroma Adhogami. The Divine Mother can grant the position of Brahma to anybody she likes, even the what we call the inimical person, a most wicked person, because it is her sweet will. Don't ask, this is illogical, and she has no right to give something to our enemies. They are wicked people. Wickedness or goodness. It is all her grace only. But if she wills, the same person whom she lifted to Nirvikalpa Samadhi can also bring down to the worst state where he cannot even sit. So, Thotapuri learned the lessons. That's why Ramakrishna's attack from the very beginning was, Ma, I don't know anything. I'm a fool. You sit in my heart. Jemni bolao, temni boli. Jemni nachao, temni nachi. So, Jemni nachao, temni nachi. Whatever way you want me to speak, I have to speak. Whatever way you want me to dance, I will have to dance. And this complete self surrender, Divine Mother, she gave Sri Ramakrishna everything, more than everything. And that is our goal, how we can also follow, imitate a little bit of Sri Ramakrishna. This is the only way. And this story was only an illustration of what we found in the third chapter of the Kena Upanishad, Umasahaya. Now, before I go to the next half of this mantra, Dhyatva Murir Gacchati Bhutayonim Samasta Sakshim Tamasa Parastat, I will revert back a little bit to yesterday's my talk on Samudra Manthana. The story of the Samudra Manthana is not over. So finally, Mother Lakshmi comes. She is all power, all joy, all prosperity, all name, all beauty, everything that is considered great in this world. And she went straight to God because God alone can handle without any egotism that this is all the Divine Mother. So now, after that, at the end, what were the gods and the demons aiming for? To, by churning the ocean, like our mothers, sisters used to churn the curds to bring out the butter. What was the butter? Amrita. So Dhanvantari, that is God's grace, you have done enough of this churning, and he brings out the Amrita. As soon as he brought, it is said in a small utensil, the Asuras, they already made a plan, which they thought nobody knew. But this crafty fellow called Vishnu, he knows everything. And then they snatched it, and then they wanted to distribute among them. So they all sat down, kicked out the devas, and were about to drink. And we are so clever. Suddenly, Bhagavan Vishnu takes the form of Mohini. Remember the name Mohini. That is enchantress. And as soon as she appeared, these are called asuras, Demons means asuras. Who are the asuras? Asushu ramate iti asuraha. They who revel in the bodily enjoyment, indriyas. Asu means indriyas, pranas means indriyas. Asu means prana, prana means indriyas, indriyas means sense organ. We all belong to that asura group because Vairocana's descendants we are all. We want to behold beautiful persons, beautiful objects. We want to smell best things, want to hear. You are the greatest person in the world, even though we know very well we don't deserve even a teeny weeny bit of it. And we want to taste beautiful things, tasty things, and we also want to touch. Temperature should be like Bangalore city's air-conditioned temperature. This is called Swargaloka. That is why Bangalore is called Swargaloka. Anyway, Swargaloka also will have asuras. What has this Bangalore has got? Only two asuras ever possess people in Bangalore and make them suffer. One is called asthma, another is called rheumatism. Very prevalent there somehow. Anyway, I'm just taking a little bit of fun. I know you want a little bit of break now and then. So these asuras snatched the Amruta Kalasha, and we don't know what they did with Dhanvantari. He must have run back because he could not stand. Suddenly, this Vishnu, he knew what they were going to do, and he appeared. Such a mesmerizing form, enchanting. And then all of them said, see, there also, what happens is they quarrel. I want more of it. So if supposing Bhimasena was there, and other brothers are also there. So he will say, half of the Amruta Kalisha belongs to me, and the rest of it, all six of you. Who are the six? Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, Kunti, and Draupadi. All of you will get the other portion because I am the strongest person. So they must be having quarrels. And then Vishnu appeared. As soon as they saw, hey, look here. So will you distribute with equalness so that we all get same? He said, Rama Rama, I am a public woman, and you know that, and you should never trust public women. And this utterance of Vishnu created even more faith in her by the asuras. Which prostitute is going to talk like that? And immediately they handed over and said, no, we have absolute. So she said, it is but fair. Your brothers are also there. So I will distribute. So then she made two rows. One is all the devas, another was all the asuras, and she was bestowing all her beauty, all her smiles towards the asuras. And on the left side, she was giving the Amruta only to the devas. No, what is called mythology of any country can beat the intriguing things that our Puranas, etc., present. Purana means mythology, actually. So, it was, so suddenly, uh, two fellows found out. They are called Rahu and Ketu. They jumped the queue, sat down, and Vishnu was looking at the other side. Anyway, I will not go into it. But important point is that the asuras did not get. Why did that not they get? Amruta means self-knowledge. Self-knowledge cannot be obtained by people who are body identified, attached, mind identified. In other words, they are worldly people, charvakas, they can never get it. This is the symbolism. But the devas, their pride has been removed because whenever devas forget, everything is due to the God's grace. Then Ahankara will come. Immediately an Asura will come or Vishnu will come in the form of the Asura just to teach them a lesson. Same thing happens in our lives also. Whenever we forget God, immediately the rod will come. Heavy blows will come. That is why Holy Mother said, misery is the greatest gift of God. It reminds us of God, reminds what a wretched life we are leading, etc. So this is how the Divine Mother, that is, even Vishnu had to assume the form of the Divine Mother to bring about justice. How much of meaning is hidden in this symbolism of even these stories. As I mentioned yesterday, life is a samudra, and there are good things, bad things, and if we concentrate, siddhis will come, sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But if we forget and accept these small gifts, immediately our ahankara will grow. Each siddhi or power increases the ahankara. But it is all God's grace. If we can use it in the service of God, that's absolutely fine. So there is a what is called addenda, appendix to this story. So Lord Shiva was sitting in the Kailasa. He heard about this story and he became curious. My friend Vishnu, how could he assume I want to see her? And then he requested one day they were having a walk in a beautiful garden. And then Shiva said, Vishnu, hey, Vishnu, I heard that you put on the dress of Mohini. So can you show me? I heard a lot about it. And Vishnu laughed, looked at Shiva and said, hey, you are a sannyasi. Why do you want to look at the face of a woman? No, no, no. I'm Shiva. I have got knowledge. It doesn't matter. I just want to see. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I will fulfill your desire, but not now. And one day, Shiva was taking a walk all by himself. He saw a beautiful garden which he had never seen before. First class smell was coming, and all the honeybees were humming, and beautiful musical instruments from like our cinema, and the hero and heroine, they will be dancing in a remote garden, and where from these musical instruments suddenly pop out from behind, God alone knows. Like that were coming. Shiva was intrigued, and then he walked with tremendous curiosity, forget everything. Suddenly he beheld this most bewitching woman. One glance of this Mohini, and Shiva lost everything. He went and embraced Lord Vishnu, and he lost what we call his seed, and immediately it became your uh, what we call one of his first sons, Shanmukha. Later on only came this Ganesha. So then Vishnu consoled him and said, I warned you before. This is Vishnu Maya. This is a story purely created by Vishnu Bhaktas to lower the prestige of the Shiva. Don't take it. Well, but the power of Mohini, Sri Ramakrishna warned us again and again. You don't know when you can fall. So every spiritual sadhaka, Sri Ramakrishna used to warn sadhu savadha. So the whole story is that every sadhaka, whether he wants worldly greatness, spiritual greatness, aesthetic greatness, intellectual greatness, or spiritual greatness or moral greatness, he must obtain the grace of God, and for that he must do this manthana. That is, he must use all the powers. So, even an evil thought is a powerful thought. Good thought is also a powerful thought. There should be no dichotomy, split personality in the mind. The whole mind must become completely united. That is the meaning of Devas and Asuras coming together. So we shall have to be careful whether any type of wicked thoughts arise in our minds. What does it mean? It means when God is ready to grant us His grace, we may want, give me money, give me power, as we see in the Chandi, 3 years, Suradha and Samadhi, the king, and then farmer businessman. Both of them performed superhuman tapasyas, and then the Divine Mother appeared, and whatever boons you wish, I will grant you. And look at this. This businessman, he must be extremely good. So, what is the best business? To obtain everything, I want to be the owner of everything. That is, if I can become Brahman, I become everything. He said, Mother, give me Atma Gnanam. And whereas this foolish king said, no, I have lost my kingdom. I want it again. Arey Baba, once you have lost, what is the guarantee you will not lose it a second time? Such is the Mahamaya. So you will become a king very soon. After a few days, your enemies will be defeated by my will. Not only that, next birth also, so you will become a Manu. So Surya Janma Samasadhya Manur Bhavita. You will become a Manu in future birth after dying in this life. So let us give the choice to God. Whatever you think is good for me, O Lord, grant me that. Now, there are lots of meanings there, but I am not going to deviate any further. I'll come back. So, yesterday we have seen that we have to contemplate Lord Shiva. That is God only, not Vishnu, not Shiva, not Divine Mother, but the same Nirguna Brahma, Nirakara Brahma as Saguna Brahma. How? That is, as soon as we say Saguna, Sa Guna, along with Maya. That is why Bhagavan Krishna is expressing this very idea so beautifully. Taivyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye prapadyante Mayam etam tarantite. This is my divine power. And only when you worship me, I will bestow my grace through her upon you. That is Vidya Maya. Vidya Maya will comprise Avidya Maya, all the powers. There is no split, there is no destruction. All the thoughts will become completely united, harmonious, and all of them will be directed towards God only. So if anybody can understand this and take refuge in Shiva, Parameshwara, who is the only Lord, who is containing as is the third eye, the eye of knowledge, and who can destroy all our ignorance as Nilakanta, then mind becomes absolutely serene, and in that serene mind, Atma Gnanam will rise like a Amruta comes after churning this milk ocean. Munihi, such a person who only continuously thinks of God is called Munihi. What does he gain? He gains the Parabrahma, who is described as Bhuta Yoni. This whole world is the effect of that Parabrahman. Not only that, even as Saguna Brahma, he is the Samasta Shakshim. He is the witness. He knows before our birth, all our births, all our future births, whatever we are going to do, everything he knows. And he is called pure consciousness, tamasaha parastat, by meditating. In other words, he realizes Brahman. In other words, he realizes, what does he realize? Realizes, I am Brahman. We proceed to the eighth mantra. The same thing as I mentioned earlier, Shiva, Vishnu, or Devi, is many foolish people go on quarreling who is great, who is greater. The Ram Krishna had incarnated himself to give us that harmony of all bhavas, harmony of all yogas, harmony of all religions, harmony of all whatever be the path. Every path leads only to that infinity. Because if Bhagavan is infinite, anywhere you turn, that will be only infinity. You cannot make a mistake, you cannot lose your way. So, eighth mantra, Sa Brahma, Sa Shiva, Sa Indraha, Sa Aksharaha, Paramaha, Swarat, Sa Eva Vishnuhu, Sa Pranaha, Sa Kalaha, Agnihi, Sa Chandrama. In these few words, again, what we have discussed in the what we call Purusha Suktam and also Narayana Suktam. Sahasra Sirsha Purusha, Sahasraksha Sahasrapad, Sa Bhumim Vishwato Tishtat Atyatishtat Dashangulam. Pritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam. That idea is going to come here. He is called Brahma. Why is he called Brahma? When the same power is in the activity of creation, that being Saguna Brahma goes by the name of Brahma, Dirgha. And when the same being is doing what is called recycling process activity, because Shiva cannot destroy the Atman, he can only destroy what is called a temporary instrument given for us, lent to us for going forward towards the Lord. When it becomes useless, just like our mother, our father buys a new toy Then our old toy doesn't function, gives us a new pencil or a new pen, new table, etc. So, Sa Shivaha. And then in the same Sa Indraha, when he becomes the Adhisthana Devata, presiding deity of strength, he is called Indraha and he is called Aksharaha. Kshara means that which decays, that which is temporary, that which is under the control of past, present, and future. In other words, time. But that which is beyond time, Aksharaha. That is why, very interesting, whenever a Hindu baby is born, one of the first things at the age of 6 months, after 6 months, is called Akshara Abhyasa. What does Akshara means? Alphabet. No, Akshara means the alphabet becomes the beginning of learning, and that learning should help us to achieve that status of Akshara. So that is why Bhagavan is called Aksharaha. And he can never decay because decay is a effect of time. I was born 80 years back, so 80 years of time has worn out my physical body, not mind. So like that, anything 10 days back, oh, old, etc. And then he is called Paramaha. He is the Supreme. Who is the Supreme? That consciousness which is witnessing the birth. I was born, I was growing up, I grew up, I became old, I became diseased, I was suffering, I was happy, and I am going to die. All that awareness which makes us aware of the condition, objectify this body, which we mistake as myself, that is called Paramaha. Whether it is in the waking state, or dream state, or deep sleep state. So Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. In all the three states, the consciousness, now I am in the waking state, now I am the dream state, now I am in the deep sleep state. Do we have that consciousness? Absolutely. How do we know? Because upon waking up, what do we say? I was asleep. You don't say, somebody else came and slept for me. I only slept. And how did you know you slept? Because you are experiencing every millisecond that idea, I am now in deep sleep state. Not only waking and dream, but deep sleep also we have been experiencing, which we express Sukham Aham Asvapsam. I slept very happily. Nakinchit Aveditam. I never knew anything of the either the waking state or the dream state. I was in a state of bliss. This is called Paramaha. And then the word Swarat. Swarat means what? He is his own. Rat means ruler. Swarat means he is the ruler of himself. That means we are all ruled by somebody else. That is how Ishavasya Upanishad starts. Ishavasya Metagum Sarvam Et Kincha Jagatyam Jagat. So this whole universe is ruled over. By whom? By that divine Lord who is called Brahman. But who rules Brahman? Nobody. Because pure consciousness, there is no division of subject and object, ruler and ruled, male and female. No dvandva is there. Dvandva atitam gagana sadrusham. Tattvam asya adi lakshyam. Vimala Paramahamsa. So he is like that. He is called Swarat. He is his own ruler. But don't get the wrong idea. Ruler means like our political leaders who impose some rules. Ruler means he who never deviates from his own nature. And that is called Swarat. And then continuing again, Sayeva Vishnuhu. Then after creation, this creation is looked after with a stick and carrot, punishment and reward. Papa and Punya are upheld. The rewards of Papa will be stick, that is punishment, suffering. And the rewards of Punyam is a carrot. Carrot means depending upon how much Punyam we have done, we can go to higher lokas, we can even enjoy. Even in this world, even if you take the example of one family, so one of them may be so happy, such a happy person, and the rest of them are what we call castor faces. It is quite possible. So, Sayeva Vishnu, the ruler of this world, and he rules with an iron rod. For reward, Lakshmi is there. For punishment, Chakra, Gada, etc. are there. And Sapranaha, he is only upholding us in the form of all the Panchapranas, what we call the prana. That's why we are called pranis. Our life itself is upheld by the sun, by the moon, by the wind, by the akasha, all the panchabhutas. They are upholding. 1 second, if Vayudevata takes leave, then not one creature will be alive in this world. And Sakalaha, so Srishti itself is intimately mixed up with Kala. Desha, Kala and Nimitta is the very woof and warp fabric of this entire Srishti. So that is why Mother Kali represents Srishti Sthiti Vinasha, and Mahakala, that is timelessness, is represented by Shiva underneath, meaning time is a small manifestation, infinitesimally small manifestation of that timelessness, and really not manifestation. Our concept of timelessness, when we look through the prism of our mind, which is consisting of time, space, and causation, that is called Kalaha. Birth, growth, and death. And this is the story of whether it is living, non-living, mountains, rivers, forests, cities, human beings, everything. There is a time of birth, and it is very interesting how this, what we call cosmologists, how they have traced they say nearly 14.5 billion years back, the Big Bang. And what was there before Big Bang? There must be something for the Big Bang to happen, because that which was existing before alone is manifesting in the form of a Big Bang, that which has become super small, the point of singularity, and that alone becomes now starts to expand. This expansion, Sankocha and Vikasa, Vikasa and Sankocha, Sankocha and Vikasa. This is what is called Brahma's day is Vikasa, Brahma's night is Sankocha. The whole thing folds up. Ramakrishna had a wonderful vision. One day he said, I saw Mother Saraswati playing Veena. As she started playing, the birds, the animals, and the human beings, and then the plants, the living, non-living, everything started to come out of that sound, out of that Shabda Brahma, and expanding. And as she was slowly winding up her playing, slowly the whole world again came back, merged in that Shabda, and finally when she stopped, that was what we call in Puranas, Puranic language, what is called Pralaya Kala Samudra. Everything became merged there. That is why when we say Bhagavan Vishnu sleeps in Samudra, that means when there was no creation. Suddenly he becomes the Saguna Brahma. That is the birth of the what we call Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. Chaturmukha means Chatur Vedas, 4 Vedas, means all the knowledge. All the knowledge means all the remembrance of how previously he created. Just as we, upon waking up, remember what we did. If there is any problem, how we dealt with that problem now. Slowly, Brahma already prepares a mold as it was before. Yatha purve akalpayat. Yatha purve akalpayat. How he created. Exactly same process goes on. So he is Brahma, he is Shiva, he is Indra, he is Vishnu, he is Prana, he is Kala, and he is Agni. If we study 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, we get a beautiful idea. That idea is Srishti, Sthiti, and Laya are going on simultaneously. And Arjuna could stand Srishti. He can also stand Sthiti, but he could not stand the Laya aspect of it because it was a battlefield where there will be 18,000 Shavas practically at the end of the 18 days. So he becomes Kala Sarupa. And Bhagavan could not be recognized by Arjuna. He says, O Lord, who are you? I could not recognize you. And then he says, Kaloham, Loka Kshayakrit Pravruttaha. My name is Kala. That when he says, I have taken this avatara in order to destroy the worlds, he doesn't mean only destruction. He means all the three, Srishti, Sthiti, as well as Laya. He is Kala. He is Agni. Without Agni, which is produced, of course, naturally by the sun, by the moon, etc., this world cannot go on. And it is the third of the Panchamahabhutas, Agni. He did not say here, but he is the Surya. He is also Chandrama. Pushnami Chaushadhi Sarvaha Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. He is the Chandrama. I am manifesting. What is the idea of all this? That if you see at the moon, oh, that is Bhagavan. You see at the any fire, that is Bhagavan. And you are aware of time, that is Bhagavan. Aware of prana, I am alive, only because of Bhagavan. And whatever you see, Sahasra Sirsha, Purushaha, Sahasrakshaha, Sahasrapad. I am the Akshara. I am the Supreme. I am the self-ruler. I am the Brahma. I am the Shiva. I am the Indra. Look at anything that must remind us that this is nothing but Bhagavan. Just a small example. See, we have seen that when Sri Ramakrishna was one day returning, he saw a public woman waiting for customers. This is our vision, our view, ignorant view. But what did Sri Ramakrishna see? He saw Mother Sita waiting for Sri Ramachandra. So every customer, this lady, every customer is a Rama. And this lady herself is none other than Mother Sita. Every mother is a divine mother. So it is a wonderful. There is a beautiful Bengali song. It starts with Pratimar Madhe Pratima. Pratima means image. Durga Puja time especially. Pratimar, if you split that word Pratima, Prati and Ma means every woman is a mother. So, O mother, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matru Rupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Continuing the same idea. Sayeva Sarvam Yadbhutam Yatcha Bhavyam Sanatanam Gnatvatam Mrithyumatyeti Nanya Pantha Vimuktai. He, that means the Brahman alone is all that was and all that will be, the eternal. Knowing him, one goes behind the sting of death. There is no other way to reach complete freedom. So, Sayeva Sarvam, whatever we see, whatever anybody saw, even 14 billion years back, whatever was there, whatever was there even before that, sarvam, yat bhutam, whatever was in the past, yatcha bhavyam, whatever is going to be experienced in the future, that is sarvam saeva. Only we see only that Saguna Brahma, and after that Nirguna Brahma. Sanatanam. Sanatana means deathless, eternal. Sanatana means eternal. And when a person truly contemplates on Saguna Brahma as indicated in the previous section, then he continues it, he becomes a Muni, and what does he do? Tam Gnatva, having realized him. Realized what? He is me. I do not exist. Only he exists. Mrutyum atyeti. He overcomes death because he, that which is everything, cannot have any death. Pure consciousness cannot have any death. This is called overcoming death. The same thing will come in different words, That Swami Vivekananda's clarion call at the Parliament of Religions. Taveva viditva atimrutyumeti nanya pantha vidyate enaya. Instead of saying vidyate enaya, nanya pantha vimuktai. So if you want, if anybody wants to get out of the samsara sagara, vimuktaye, na anya pantha. There is no other way. That means what? Unless a person has complete self-knowledge. And what is that self? Not small yes, but capital yes. I am the Atma, I am the Paramatma. Once a person realizes it, only then a person need not come into this world. For him, the bonds are broken forever and he becomes absolutely marvelous. There are some quotations are there. I would deal with this in my next class. Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhu. May Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Swami Vivekananda bless us all with bhakti. Jai Ramakrishna.